Manchester United, once the epitome of success in English football, now finds itself in a state of gradual decline under the ownership of the Glazer family. The Glazers took control of the club in 2005, and what followed has been a period marked by stagnation, missed opportunities, and increasing discontent among the fans. While Manchester United once dominated both domestically and internationally, those days of triumph seem increasingly distant as the club struggles to regain its former glory. The Glazers' ownership has been met with significant opposition from the fan base, who accuse them of prioritizing financial gain over the club's sporting success. The debt the Glazers took on to acquire Manchester United has burdened the club, with millions spent on interest payments instead of reinvesting in the team or infrastructure. Over the years, there has been an increasing sense that the Glazers are more interested in making money than in building a competitive squad. This perception has been further fueled by the lack of investment in key areas such as the stadium, the training facilities, and player acquisitions. One of the most visible signs of this frustration has been the rise of fan protests. Once a club where supporters were united in their passion, Manchester United has seen a growing divide between the fans and the owners. The Glazers have been accused of neglecting the club's rich tradition, and despite various protests and calls for change, the family has remained largely silent and unresponsive to the concerns of the supporters. The board's reluctance to engage with the fans or take meaningful action has only deepened the sense of disillusionment. As the years go by, the club's decline has been more apparent on the pitch. The team has struggled to compete at the highest level, unable to replicate the success of Sir Alex Ferguson's reign. The post-Ferguson era has been plagued by managerial changes, inconsistent performances, and a growing gap between United and its Premier League rivals. The glory years of dominating English football seem like a distant memory, and with every passing season, the gap to the top continues to widen. Despite the growing protests, the Glazers have remained largely unaccountable for their actions. While fan groups have called for the family to sell the club, the question remains whether their voices will ever be loud enough to force a change in ownership. Fans hope that through sustained pressure and protests, they can force the Glazers to listen and ultimately step aside, allowing Manchester United to rebuild. However, it may already be too late. The damage to the club's legacy, infrastructure, and reputation may be irreversible, and even with a new ownership structure, the task of restoring Manchester United to its former glory will be monumental.